Hi friends, Gregg Newmaster here, and this is my very first action figure review. I've been collecting action figures since I was a little kid. Started with He-Man and Thundercats in the 80s, Star Wars, then all the way up into Toy Biz in the 90s and 2000s. Then the Marvel Legends, which rocked my world. So I figured why not start reviewing action figures, because everybody else does it and I love them. So let's begin. I'm going to be reviewing my very first Mafex Wolverine, Medicom Mafex Wolverine, Japanese action figure. Freaking awesome. These figures are just amazing. They're stunning. To me, I think they're the best hard goods action figures money can buy. They're very expensive, but they're collector's items and they're worth it. So let's get started here. So here's the front of the package, as you can see. Nice image of Wolverine. We have the comic book, Jim Lee Wolverine, up here in the corner. Jim Lee, one of my all-time favorite artists in comics. Him and, I would say, Adam Kubert, probably top 2 favorite artists for drawing Wolverine. So there's the side of the package. We get him in an action pose. Another one. That's him on the side. Here's the bottom. It's good to check out the bottoms of these packages. So if you buy this on eBay, normally there's a lot of knockoffs and they're way cheaper and they're not too bad. But this little foil sticker here normally means it's the real deal. So check that out if you're ever buying these figures, the Mafex or the SH Figuarts, to see if they're real. And also the price will tell you if they're real. If they're real, they're normally $100. If they're like in the $20 to $25 range, then they're probably a knockoff. So let's get this guy open. I already cut the tape, so I'm just going to pull him out and see what we got here. So this is awesome. So if you look here, I actually love how they do this. This shows that they have great care. They put these little plastic diaper things. Like, I don't know if you can see that. I just pulled it out there. But they put the plastic diaper things in between his legs just so the paint won't scuff. So I really appreciate that. It shows that they take really good care. So upon looking at this, I like it. I like it. I don't love it, but I like it. So let's check him out. There he is for you guys. Awesome. I mean, the thing that stands out about these figures is the articulation, and the paint jobs. I mean, it's just such insane articulation. When we were kids, when I was a kid, in the early 90s, late 80s, the figures were so stiff. Like, the legs only went up like that. They normally didn't have a knee joint. Same with the arms. They were straight. Like, if you remember the Batman, the animated series figures, a lot of them were like that. Thankfully, the Marvel figures were always a lot better, like the Superpowers collection. They normally had articulation in the elbows and the knees. And then, of course, in the hips and the shoulders and the head. But that was about it. It was pretty standard articulation. So when I got older, I'm an older man now, and I'm a dork, and I'm still collecting action figures. They just amped it up, and what I wouldn't have given to have this quality of articulation as a kid. So there's the back, and since I'm talking about articulation, let's just go right into it. Let's see. We'll start with the head. Head tilts up about that far. Then he tilts down about that far. Can turn all the way side to side. 360. These heads pop out. So, look, it has this, like, crooked peg. I don't know if I'm a fan of that there. The crooked peg. So there's the first head. That's like a standard serious face head. So you get 3 heads in this package. Here we have the growling face mask. So let's talk about the mask for a minute there. The mask has the big ears. So depending on who was drawing Wolverine, or if you were watching him on X-Men, the animated series, he would have bigger ears or smaller ears. So his first appearance, like him versus the Incredible Hulk, he had really tiny ears, and he actually had whiskers on his mask. But this one has the long ears, and I really like this one, the long ears and the growly face. So there's that. And then, of course, what every kid wanted with their superhero action figure, and I can't get it out of the package, is the unmasked face. Let's see if it'll focus there. There we go. Unmasked Logan face. So it used to drive me crazy as a kid. Uh-oh. I don't like that. It looks like it sits a little bit high on the neck. You can see that. He's a little bit high on the neck. So his head kind of like stands up pretty high. I don't like that because Wolverine is normally pretty jacked. He has big traps and a big neck. But anyhow, the face looks good. It's painted, the hair's painted with blues, which I don't like. His hair is blue instead of black. Wolverine normally has black hair with blue highlights, or sometimes gray or brown, once again, who's depending on who's drawing it. But the sculpt is awesome. Like, I love this sculpt. Not the best one that I've seen, but it's a great sculpt. So back to articulation. Let's see, we got an ab crunch. So he crunches down about that far, as you can see. Let's see if he can do a back bend. Ooh, that's really tight. Really tight. I'm afraid I'm going to break it, but that's his back bend there. The neck can go down that far and up that far. I think I already showed you guys that. We got these butterfly joints in the shoulders. Awesome innovation with action figures. I think the first time I saw them was with the Marvel Legends. The Marvel Legends were kind of weird. The first wave, specifically I'm thinking of like Deadpool or Silver Surfer. Their shoulders kind of hunched forward, and they were on a peg. So the shoulder had 2 pegs that went up like that, so they could go like that, but their shoulders always hunched forward. So now, the more sophisticated action figures, you can move the shoulders forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, which is awesome. So if Wolverine's going after someone, like I'm gonna tackle you, oh, like I'm gonna get you. Like, here's my Green Ranger here, like boom, like right in the face, take him down. So that's pretty cool. Then we got the double jointed elbows. Thank God for that. I don't like it when it's just like halfway like that. The double jointed elbows, that is another innovation, at least in my memory, in terms of what Marvel Legends did. Also, we have the wrist joints. You got to be very careful with these wrist pegs. So look, there's no... normally there's like an end that kind of sticks out and kind of ports in. This is just very simple and smooth, but they're very fragile. So you want to be really careful with these Mafex pegs that they have here. So we got double jointed. There's also a rotation bicep swivel. Awesome. Really awesome too is what they've done with the shoulder pads. So, all right, so this is, I don't have it with me, but on the old Marvel Legends Wolverine, they would glue the shoulder pad like right here, like along the tiger stripe. And in the first one that they had, I think it was in Series 1 actually, it was really a nicely sculpted figure, but you had to sacrifice the articulation. So if you lifted up the arms on Wolverine, it would rip off. This one, what they do is it's pegged in. Oh, Oh God, that just popped off. Please don't be broken. Okay, not, oh God. All right, so maybe I just broke my Wolverine's arm off. That is a disaster. Wow, that just fell off just like that. All right, so we'll continue. I'll see if I can fix that later. Anyhow, so the arm lifts all the way up about that far. I'm going to be very careful because I don't want it to break again. Goes down like that. The belt, we can go all the way with the waist rotation. The belt is a soft plastic and it's not glued to it, so that's good. Also, legs, can kick up. Oh man, the other arm just popped off. Okay, so I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Both the arms just really popped off very easily. I've never had that happen with any of these Mafex figures before. So the waist, the thigh cut can turn out like that. I'm just really annoyed now. Now I'm kind of ticked off. Like this was, okay, I got this for almost $100. This figure was almost $100. And that's happening. Anyhow, so we got the knee, double jointed knees, which is awesome. We got the ankle rockers. We got toe articulation, which I always thought was good. But Marvel Legends got really excessive with that in the first wave. So they tried to fix that. Let me see if I can fix this arm here. Because this is really unfortunate because I was so excited about this figure. See, these pegs don't have like a little rim on the outside of them, so because of that, it doesn't like pop in like the normal joints of say Marvel Legends would be. So it's smooth, if you can see. So it just slides in and out. I actually had that problem with the Hulk figure I had, the Infinity Wars. This thing is just falling apart on me. I'm so upset right now. First first action figure review, everyone, and everything's just falling apart on me. All right. So we're going to continue on here quickly so don't waste your time. As of right now, I would say do not pay $100 for this figure. I would buy the knockoff, because if this is what's going to happen quality control wise, it's really not worth it. So let's get on to the next thing. The hands come off. You get 3 sets of hands. So you get the closed-fisted ones, which the figure comes with. See, closed-fisted, left and right, closed-fisted. Then you get 2 open hands. Very nice. Not my preference, though, especially for a $100 figure. And then you get clawed hands. Now, these claws, for Wolverine, they look great. They're painted nice. It's a nice, shiny, metallic, very beautiful. But, now I'm going to try and do this without breaking my figure again, because it just keeps falling apart on me. So look at how long those claws are. Those claws are about the length of his forearm and bicep. So if Wolverine were to retract those claws in the real world, he wouldn't be able to bend his arm because they are excessively too long. So that is a negative. But they look good. They're nice and straight. And they're a harder plastic as compared to the Marvel Legends. The original Marvel Legends were like a floppy, soft plastic. So this is, these claws are really long as well. But see how they're a floppy, soft plastic. This is Brown Suit Wolverine, one of my favorite excellent head sculpt. That's a Jim Lee head sculpt. But the claws were just floppy and they would bend real easily. Now that's not bad. This is a $20 figure. This is $100, folks. $100. Let's talk about the paint. So I'm loving the blues. I love the blues on the trunks, on the boots, on the gloves, on the shoulder pads. Nice metallic blue. They did that with their Spider-Man as well. I don't know if I liked it so much on Spider-Man, but I like it on Wolverine. I do not, absolutely do not like the blue on the tiger stripes. That is comic book inaccurate, especially for X-Men the Animated Series, for 90s Jim Lee, X-Men 1 through 25, like any of the X-Men's in the 90s. Wolverine, the stripes were always black. Always black. So I do not like this metallic blue for the stripes. I might actually have to repaint them if I don't. I may return this figure because I'm so irritated that it just fell apart like that. What else can I say about it? Oh, it also comes with the unmasked look. So it's like a floppy unmask. We can put it on just like that. Logan can wear it on his back, as you can see. So it looks pretty cool. This Wolverine resembles X-Men the Animated Series, if I'm gonna give my opinion. It's X-Men the Animated Series Wolverine, which is based on Jim Lee. So X-Men the Animated Series Wolverine, which isn't bad. So let's compare this Wolverine to some of my favorite Wolverines. So as I said, this is the original Marvel Legends Wolverine. Put his head down for you. This has a great face. So as I was saying before about the ears, switch heads real quick. So look at how drastically bigger the ears are on the Mafex versus this original Marvel Legends. And this original Marvel Legends has one of the best looking faces. Also, it has really good sculpt. Like it has veins and the hair on the arm. The hair stands out. So they did put hair on these arms. I don't know if you guys can see that. There is hair on the arms. Which is nice. I always appreciate that because you need to have a Wolverine figure with hairy arms. That's just how he is. He's a hairy 5'3" guy. He's a scrapper. He's got to look tough. So there's that. This is from the recent 3-pack Cyclops, Jean, and Wolverine. I love this figure because he has the bone claws. I actually have an alternate head on him. This is my favorite Wolverine face sculpt. This came from that Wolverine Forge 2-pack. I don't know if you guys can see that. I actually painted it a little bit to make it look like Weapon X from the Age of Apocalypse. But I just love this head. This is probably the best looking Wolverine head. So that's those two guys together. See that? Get this out of the shot. This is Hasbro. Hasbro brown suited Wolverine. They really did a great job with the sculpt on Hasbro. He's like short and stocky, really muscular. Looks like he could weigh 300 pounds from his adamantium skeleton. But this Mafex sculpt is awesome too. And he doesn't look too tall. He looks pretty good. Pretty good. So he's a little bit above, maybe he's like close to 6 inches with the points of his ears. So there's that. Here's him in the black suited Hasbro Wolverine X-Force suit. Love that. And finally, let's compare him to another $100 figure, guys. This is him and Old Man Logan. Now, Old Man Logan, this is a $100 figure, and it's well worth it. Like, look at those claws. Look at the articulation. It comes with soft goods. This guy comes with a hat and a leather trench coat. Just amazing. Totally worth $100. Just these figures are out of this world. They are the 1/12 scale of the Hot Toys. So if you're going to spend $100, do it. In conclusion, man, in conclusion, I would say don't buy this one. One, because it fell apart. Two, because it has blue tiger stripes. Three, it's just not worth $100, especially with the quality control issues I just had. The paint, like, you know, you gotta do, if you're gonna price a figure at $100, you have to do an excellent job on the paint, and you have to get it right. And this time they just didn't get it right. Mafex Spider-Man knocked it out of the park. I'd probably say that's the best Spider-Man figure I've ever owned. But Mafex Wolverine, claws are too long, paint is not good, tiger stripes are blue, the arms are falling apart on me, so that's going to be annoying when I pose it. Good figure, wouldn't buy it. Stick with Marvel Legends. I hope that was helpful, guys. That was my first action figure review. There will be more to come. Peace, guys. Thank you.